and welcome to DIY with Nadia. Today we are making some cute fall DIYs with the pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. Stay tuned. For this project, I'm going to need a medium pumpkin and a small pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. First, I'm going to give my medium pumpkin 4 coats of the white Rust-Oleum chalked paint in linen white. Then I'm grabbing my little pumpkin, and because it's ivory, I'm just going to give it 2 coats of that same paint just to make sure my medium and a small pumpkin match well together in color. Now I'm grabbing a piece of floral foam, and it's about 2/3 inches in height or 1.5 centimeters, and it is about 2 inches by 2 inches. After I did that, I decided to give my pumpkin a little bit of dimension. So I'm just grabbing some white acrylic paint, mixing it a little bit with a folk art gray owl, and just running a small paintbrush along the little lines in the pumpkin. Then I'm grabbing an empty shabby brush, and I'm just smoothing out those lines so they really look like shadows. Now I'm just grabbing some florals from the Dollar Tree, and I bought a whole bunch of them, so I love just using them up little by little. And these are the ones that have little lilac stems on them. They're little purple, long little florals. And I'm just going around and sticking them all around into that foam that I attached to the bottom pumpkin. I don't like the plastic stem that the pumpkins come with, so I'm just using a short piece of wood and I'm sticking it in the middle of the pumpkin. Now I'm just hot gluing the little pumpkin on top of that foam piece. For the candle holders, I will be using 2 small foam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and because they came in ivory, I did give them 2 coats of chalked white paint by Rust-Oleum. Now I'm grabbing candle holders that I got at the Dollar Tree about 2 years ago, putting the candle right on top of the pumpkin. I'm just tracing around the diameter. Now I'm grabbing an X-Acto knife, tracing the circle of the candle. I went down about 1 inch into the pumpkin until I felt that my candle was nice and stable. For the florals, I will be using these beautiful hydrangeas and fall berries. The first thing I did was take all the hydrangeas off the stem. Then I grabbed some leaves from the hydrangeas and cut off the bottom 1/3 portion. After I did that, I hot glued 3 leaves on each of the pumpkins. Taking the hydrangea flower buds, I'm hot gluing them around the center of the pumpkin, and then adding 3 about 2 to 3 inch berry pieces in between the florals. For this project, I started by giving my pumpkin 3 coats of white Rust-Oleum chalked paint in linen white. And then I'm going to grab some moss, which is the Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree, and then some succulents that I also got at the Dollar Tree. And this one is so simple, you guys. All you're going to do is grab just a little bit of that Spanish moss and hot glue it to the top of your pumpkin. Now I'm just grabbing some succulents and just putting them around the pumpkin. For this floral arrangement, I decided to take this glass candle holder that we have all seen from the Dollar Tree and paint it black. Then I'm grabbing a gift box that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint that one black too. I decided to paint this black because our floral arrangement is ivory, and I think ivory looks so beautiful against black. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Now I'm just filling the box with some floral foam, and I grabbed this round one from the Dollar Tree, cut off the edges so it fits nicely in there, put it at the bottom, and then I grabbed some leftover soft pieces of foam and put them on top to fill the box. I decided to use these gorgeous ivory dahlias as my main flower. I cut down the stems of the flowers between 2 to 3 inches, and as I started to put the dahlias in, I noticed that they were not very stable, so I did decide to grab that soft floral foam and hot glue it in place. To make my arrangement nice and full, I used 2 bouquets of the dahlia flower. Next, I grabbed some ivory berries and I put 3 stems in the floral arrangement. Next, I'm taking 3 of the pine cones from the cotton bundles and also putting them around the bouquet. Now I'm just hot gluing the painted candlestick holder to the middle bottom of my box. I felt like the black box was missing something, so I grabbed Dollar Tree burlap ribbon and I just hot glued 1 row around the box. I'm very sorry I did not get this on camera, but I simply hot glued a horizontal row of the ribbon to my box. For the final touch, I'm adding 2 of these cute little ivory pumpkins, and our project is done. After painting my medium-sized Dollar Tree pumpkin white with chalk paint, I'm grabbing some pink iridescent paint. If you don't have the Prima Marketing paint in pink blue, you can always use this gorgeous Craft Smart paint that's called Pink Blush Pearl. And I used it before on my channel when I was working on pearl looking projects, and that was the effect that I was going for on this pumpkin, and it did not disappoint. I absolutely love how this pumpkin turned out. The florals I chose for this pumpkin are these lovely ivory mums, and I just cut the stems to about 2 inches and just stuck them in the pumpkin. These pumpkins are kind of thin, so it was easy to stick the mums into the pumpkin. I first tried the natural color branches, but they just clashed with all the iridescence and with the flowers. So I decided to use branches that were painted white for a previous project, and I just put them in throughout the bouquet. Next, I'm grabbing some spring florals, and I decided to use these gorgeous little flowers that had these long, beautiful leaves sticking out, and decided to use those. I think it lifted up the pumpkin, and the bouquet just came alive with those gorgeous spring flowers. Now it's time for the bow. I'm grabbing this buffalo check pink and white print, and also this white ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just laying one on top of the other and making a simple bow. I'm bringing the bow together in the middle with a little floral wire. Then I decided to cut the tails about 3 inches long, and I made little ducktails. I think this bow turned out so super cute. Now it's time to complete the bow. I just grabbed another piece of that grosgrain ribbon in white and hot glued it around the center of the bow. I then hot glued my bow to the middle top of my pumpkin. That's it for the foam pumpkin fall DIYs. I hope you guys enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed making them. If you have a favorite, let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.